to our live reading. I am Sitara Faye. My intention for this reading is to create a safe space for us to be able to reflect with what is going on in our inner world and how we are either being held back or holding ourselves back. When you feel that internal space where you start to hit your edges, where you start to hit those like places of, let's say, the edge of your comfort zone, where there's something that might bring up a little bit of anxiety, might bring up a little bit of scratchiness, or something that you maybe don't necessarily want to feel, but you know is important for you to break through to the other side. That's what we're looking at tonight. That's what we're going to look at: shifting, breaking, moving, rearranging. And so my intention here is to actually just go straight into a transmission space. Let's move some energy. Let's get some shifts happening. We're really going to be focusing on that space at your back, like mid back. It's kind of that point where, as I like to say, our angel wings connect. Also, the back of our heart. It's where we're receiving energy. So I was just kind of doing this, feeling that space for myself. What does that feel like for you? If you kind of put your hand back there, do you feel where there's constriction? See, I'm yawning, which means the energy is already moving. For me, yawning is an indicator of energy releasing. Same with watery eyes, shaking of the hands. There's all sorts of different ways that energy can be released from our body. And so I want you to feel fully free in however that arises for you. Just letting yourself naturally move that energy. Some of you might be yawning because I'm yawning. You're feeling that. You're giving yourself permission to release. So it's all a very beautiful thing. So let's go ahead and take a couple of nice, big, deep breaths together, feeling the energy of all of us connecting in this timeless connection. We have no space, no time. Allowing yourself to feel that root chakra, base of your spine, connected down to the center of the earth. Allowing that to flow freely. Really feeling yourself anchoring in the connection of your root chakra all the way down to the center of Mama Gaia. Feeling the radiant energy of her heartbeat, of her life force energy, opening the spaciousness within the center of your own heart. And just simply gently tune in. What do you feel when you just simply take a moment to tune in to the stillness that is within the core of your own heart center? Io siatanaya ua puaka haaya io wapunu ua haaya. I siotonoa ua pua haaya ua unukua. Ia siatia wana aya ia kua haanai I kia. Ia ua pua siatono ua pua haakanai. Ia kio ua sutunu ua pua haakaya niawa. So if you're feeling a prayer arising within yourself, rising up in the core of your own beingness, are you able to give yourself permission to simply feel? Does it feel aligned to you to make a commitment to yourself to embody the best version of who you be? And just simply feeling as you're integrating those shadow aspects of self. The shadow aspects are not parts that we deem unlovable or judgment worthy. The shadow can also be those parts of ourselves that we don't yet even know exist. They are the parts of ourselves that we in this moment remain unconscious to. Ia siatanaya ia wapu ukua haya niawa. Ikia onoa pua haaka siatunua uapua aya naya ia kuapua kua. Eliminating obstacles. Just simply dissolving perceived challenges. Allowing yourself to feel into the energy of pure acceptance of what is. And simply feeling your heart center, your heart space open in a way that releases any densities, any weight, any grudges, any walls that you have built. Go ahead and just watch them turn to vapor, watch them turn to liquid. Maybe they just simply fall down the length of your grounding cord, using the energy of gravity to move through, help that energy continue to flow. Io siatiani awa uapu ua kuantanai. Siotonu uapu ua kayatiana ea haakaya. Suatanai I kuapu ua kanai ia siatiani awa uapuaka. Go ahead and tapping the crown of your head. Reclaiming and re-owning your crown chakra. Go ahead and allow any weightedness on the crown of your head to feel that freedom to fall away. You can even tap the center of your head and your third eye, your forehead. While we're at it, why not? Let's just go ahead and tap on the throat. They're in that throat chakra. Anything that you haven't said, giving room and spaciousness for it to be free out of your throat. All right, feeling that energy flow down to the center of your heart. Noa puaka siatianaya iawa uapu ua haanaya. Io atanai, io atanai. Ia kiatanai, ia kiatonawa haakanaya, ia kua. These prayers are here to help remind you the truth of who you are, the truth of where you came from, where your soul memories are. Now, for a lot of us, the consciousness of our human egoic mind isn't even actually ready to remember the truth of where we've been. The idea of some of the egoic belief structures of what is... what exists and what doesn't exist can be very hardwired through what we are trained and what we are programmed to believe. So when we start tapping into our soul memories and the memories within our soul start to show us lifetimes that we have experienced on other planets, lifetimes that our soul has experienced, or memories that our soul has experienced in other dimensions where time does not exist only in this linear form. It starts to do a lot of things to the human ego structure. It starts to turn these things upside down and inside out and all around. So when we start to access the soul memories, be prepared for ego deaths to start happening. A lot of people get very afraid of ego deaths because it feels like you are dying. You are not dying. Your ego is dying. The belief structures that have been hardwired into your conscious waking mind from this world that we live in that has helped to enforce the amnesia that keeps you from remembering where you have been. We are breaking these constructs down. It is so imperative and so important for you now to remember the truth of who you are, the truth of your divine nature, and the truth of your soul resonance. It's time for this level and this layer of awakening, this layer of remembrance to start taking place. It's time. We're here. So let's go ahead and close our eyes for a moment. And let's even feel into the construct of time. Chronos, the planet of Saturn, just simply feel what you feel and notice what you notice. Ia siatonaya iakoanaya kuputunia aya wapuaka. Si tiania aya uapua haya iawanai. Ia siatonai ia kiatunu ua haakanaya ia wapu uana isiakanai ia kuonuhu ukuapua unuaya uapua anaya wa uapuayaka. It is time for you to remember that your heart is a stargate. I know that that can sometimes sound like a very ungrounded word, so I'm going to translate that. Your heart is a gateway to the memories that do not exist only in chronological order. What this means is that you have access to your past self, and you also have access to your future self in this physical body and also in other lifetimes. If we can remember our past life experiences, we can also remember our future life experiences. And I'm using the same word, remember, because there is a deeper level of our consciousness that understands and knows that time does not only exist in this singular linear form that we experience as human beings. I believe, so take this with a grain of salt, maybe it fits for you, maybe it doesn't. I believe that there are a lot of things that go on in this world to encourage human beings to be numb and to encourage human beings to be dissociated. I believe that these two things keep us from being able to access the truth of our own divinity by opening our hearts. So, when we are not checked out, when we are not numb, when we are present to the pain that exists through life experiences, we will all experience pain. We will all experience deep, heavy, intense emotions. When these happen, I encourage you to lean in, and I encourage you to feel them and to feel them fully, because ironically enough, it is the pain that is actually what opens your heart when you are willing to feel it. Giving yourself permission to fully open your heart, letting go of the densities, letting go of the angry teenager, not forcing these parts of yourself away, listening to what they have to say. I had a vision recently. I was in a meditation and Mother Mary came to me. And she placed her hands on front of my heart, and she also placed her hands on the back of my heart. And when she did that, I could feel that she was opening the back of my heart to receive. And there was maybe about a 12-year-old aspect of myself that ran up to her and was screaming at Mother Mary, absolutely screaming at Mother Mary to stop, saying that she didn't know what she was doing, that it was basically arguing for the limitations of my heart to remain closed. And as I'm in this meditation, I'm witnessing Mother Mary sitting there and listening to every single thing that my inner 12-year-old self was lashing out, screaming, until she broke down sobbing. And then I witnessed Mother Mary embracing that 12-year-old aspect of myself, letting me, at that age, where there's a part that I believe of my emotional growth that was stunted from an event that happened at that age, that learned not to let love in, that learned not to let certain things in. So it repeated this pattern of proving unworthiness by what was being manifested in the field and what was being manifested in my life. So I share this story with you in hopes that there's a resonance that also encourages you to know that it's safe for you to fully be able to feel the resonance of your divine nature in the entirety of your being. There will always be memories that come up. There will always be things that happen. There will always be painful experiences that arise through this life. It's part of what we signed up for, and we're here for it all. So when we allow our hearts to be open, and when we allow those who we believe have wronged us to be forgiven, and we open the spaciousness inside of our own heart to also be forgiven by our own mistakes or perceived mistakes, that we become the ones who liberate our own soul memories. We become the ones that access our full power. We become the ones that get to witness us embodying the absolute truth of our own best self. All of these qualities, all of these aspects are already living, breathing inside of you, waiting to be freed from the shadows of your own conscious mind, because there are parts of your own best self that you have not yet met. So are you open to introducing yourself to those parts of you? Are you open to feeling that divine resonance of your true internal nature? Are you open to watching those walls around your heart dissolve? Allowing all of the compartments that you've created around love to be witnessed and liquefied, flowing all the way down from your heart space through the length of your spine, down your root chakra, all the way to the center of Mama Gaia, knowing that as you heal, you are also contributing very powerful life force energy, returning it to the earth. Yonaya Yanayo hey Yanayo hey siatianiawa, iatinaya iawa uapua haanaya, I ayanaya iawapu sutunuaya iawapua kaya hinayawa, I kianaya iawapu uasiatanai, kukunu apua haaka, kukunu apu kua haanaya kiawa tunukua, susayatianaya iawapu uaka haakanai, kiono wapu uapu nakai, siatiatanai kia kunu uapu kua akanai, susuanaya uapua kua haaka. There's a prayer here coming through for you to be able to have dreams this evening, to remember some of these past life experiences where you were rooted in your own magical essence, where you were fully embodied in the power of what you know in this multidimensional world. Satanai kiowapu uaka anai ki kiowa uapua kua haakanai. Also adding a simple prayer for you to be able to remember them upon waking. So I encourage you to keep a journal by your bedside tonight. And I know that this was a little bit different than what I had put in the emails. If you'd like to be on the email list so you can get notified when I do go live, please feel free to go to monadsociety.com. You can go ahead and put your email in there. You can also find out my Instagram at sitara.speaks. But it's clear that there was a channel that wanted to come through. I felt that there was very powerful information. Yes, Mason, I'm glad that you're feeling that too. It's clear that there's some very powerful information that wanted to come through. And like I said, I'm going to start doing these a little bit more, and probably in the evening. Today was a very powerful day for me. I could feel a lot of energy moving through my body, and I said a prayer before this video to just that I'm ready, that I'm really ready, that I'm really ready to eliminate the distractions in my life. I'm really ready to minimize these areas where I've been playing, and play is also obviously very beneficial and very good for our hearts to keep that spot open. But it's really important for me to start stepping into a new level of focus and service with us in this way, and how that path is going to keep opening up. So please, if you have any requests or anything that you would like for me to share or talk about in videos, or otherwise, please do feel free to reach out to me. Again, best way is through Instagram on sitara.speaks, or of course you can contact me through the website at monadsociety.com. And that being said, I am starting to do another round of a group program, which I haven't done in several years. And so if you are interested in that, the easiest way is to just simply on my Instagram again, just type grow in the message. And as you type that, I will know exactly what it is that we're talking about so that we can start the conversation from there, and I can get you a little bit more information. But I want to say thank you for joining in on this video. Please know that you can come back and watch it as many times as you feel called. There's quite a few layers that got open and activated here. And so why don't we go ahead and take a moment to just tune into your intuition. And ask your intuition how many times for you to watch this video or tune into this video so that you have received the full dose. Beautiful. So with every time you listen to a transmission like this, especially when there's light language involved, it peels away a layer, and it peels away a layer, and it peels away a layer. In the way that I shared with you that your consciousness, your human egoic structure is only prepared for so much information. Like if you were to see who you were as, let's say, an embodied being on a planet of dragons, or if you were to see who you were as an embodied being on Karnak, where Grand Tara is from, or if you were to see yourself as an embodied being on Sirius or in the Pleiades, would your ego structure really be able to comprehend what that means? So that's what I mean by there's different layers that need to be peeled away for, it's like for our human mind to not just completely combust when we start to receive this information. So be gentle with yourself, explore with an open mind, explore with an open heart, and be very discerning with the information that you go out researching and looking for. Um, find, obviously, I believe in my channel. I also don't necessarily feel that you need to only watch my channel or listen to my channel. um, but if there's anybody that's preaching anything other than divine sovereignty, your own divine sovereignty, your own autonomy in your soul embodied in your body as yours. Tread lightly. Because it is through the, I believe it is through the power of your own resonance and your own divine sovereign activations of the God molecule within yourself, known as monad. That's why my brand is known as titled monad. That you will really start to feel that ripple effect opening up in very miraculous and very powerful ways when you very gently give yourself permission to just simply peel away a layer and peel away a layer and peel away a layer and be very gentle with it. So if you feel ready to dive a little bit deeper, I do have a self-study course that is the Embody Your Higher Self. So please feel free to tune in and check that out. Also, you can find that on my Instagram, but let's go ahead and close this one out for today. Reconnecting your awareness from your root chakra all the way down to the center of the planet. Release and allow, release and allow, release and allow. Feeling one more flush of your system. As you feel the energy around the crown of your head, opening and connecting to your own higher self, your own divine connection. Activating a healing for your own energetic healing, rebalancing of your own spiritual technology, receiving a healing from your own higher self. Beautiful. And as we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here tonight is very much complete. And again, I do apologize that I stated live readings and simply went into this channeled space, but sometimes we just got to trust the wave of the water and where it carries us. So with that, I hope you received an immense amount of benefit from this particular session. Again, please feel free to come back and watch it as many times as you'd like. And of course, please like, share, comment, do the things that help bring it to more brothers and sisters, because every single ounce of your support is very much appreciated and very well received with an open heart. So thank you very much. I wish you absolutely tremendous dreams, and I look forward to hearing what you remember. So if you can share your dreams with me, I would absolutely love to hear them, and let's keep the conversation going. All right, my sweet love, I'll chat with you again very soon.